Hey everyone, Shawn I'm reading from my teenage journal, and we're actually at the end of it. So this is going to be the last teenage journal. I'm sure this is going to morph into something else because I have plenty of material to mine from my teenage years and all of my online activity especially. It's not that hard to track everything that I was doing from the time I was about 15 until now because I just exist online from that period on. So the first thing I have is actually, this was inserted in the journal. This is an email that I sent to my girlfriend at the time, Kathy. This was, it's not dated, but I'm going to, one of the responses to it is dated January 3rd. So I'm going to guess that this was sent on January 3rd. Basically, I want to sum this up because I feel like if you're around the age that I was when this happened, hi cat, come on over. Ang follows me around the house. This is a classic like teenage misunderstanding, tenuous relationship. You're not quitting me, I'm quitting you. Kind of like this stuff happens every day. Every day at high school, every day at a school somewhere in the country. This might have happened to you today, you 17-year-old watching this video. And when you get older, this doesn't go away, but it changes because I don't want to say it's just a maturity thing, but you realize what's important, what's not important, what kinds of things you need to hold on to, what kinds of things you can let go. And this is a perfect example. So 3 of my friends, and I've mentioned this earlier, John, Christian, and Joel, mercilessly would tease me and my girlfriend about spending time together. And it got bad to the point of like harassment. And I wasn't like gonna officially report it or anything, but it got to the point that I was like, I can't spend time with you guys if you're gonna act like this all the time. I can't tell if you're jealous. I can't tell if you're mad at me for abandoning you or whatever. Maybe you're gay and you have a crush on me, but this has to stop. And I finally like laid that line down and I was like, it's gotta stop. And I got home and I emailed my girlfriend because it was the days of email before cell phones. And one of them, Joel, who out of the 3 of them I would say it would be Joel who would do this, had emailed me and apologized. Like he got home and felt lousy and sent me an email and said, and I quoted it, I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry about today and all the Kathy time jokes, especially what I wrote on that $3 bill. And I don't even know. I don't know what that is. Maybe he wrote some kind. First of all, $3 bill. What? Second of all, it was probably some like I don't know, prostitution reference or stripper reference. If it involved money, maybe. That was totally wrong, and I shouldn't have done it. I'm seriously going to stop with the jokes, mostly because it's not setting a good Christian example, and it's not nice. Since I started it, I'm going to make sure everyone else stops. I'm seriously very sorry. Sometimes, and I'll lay this out there for you to consider, you teenagers who might be watching, this is hard to do. It's very hard to be the kid who steps up and says like, this is my fault, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done this, my bad, I'll try and make everyone else stop. Like that, being in that place is very uncomfortable. And again, when you're older, it's easier to just be upfront and apologetic to people. When you're a teenager and you've got pride and social standing and like all this stuff in the way, this is admirable to do. And consider that when you're in fights with your friends, this is the admirable thing to do. If you're in the wrong and you can apologize and try and set things right, consider it because that is the mature thing to do. This is me talking to my girlfriend. I accepted his apology and continued to email my other friends, John and Christian, about it. I wanted them to both know that if it keeps up, I won't be sitting with them at lunch anymore. That's my threat. I'm not sitting with them at lunch tomorrow, definitely. And I even spelled definitely right. Definitely does not have an A in it, kids. I told John if it keeps up, I'm not going to play the 27th gig, and I will consider leaving the band. Because this crap I've been getting from him has been going on way too long. You don't see me making fun of him for anything, do you? I never even commented on his recent obsession with, quote, Lisa, who, as it turns out, he would go on to date her for 2 years or something. So anyway, I'm really pissed at them right now. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing else interesting in there. Boring school stuff I'm not going to read. So then John's response to me sending him the thing that was like, hey, knock it off or I'm quitting the band. By the way, John was one of those people who types in all lowercase with like no punctuation added except periods. Hello, Shawn. I really don't care if you quit the band. I was planning on doing that. This is the thing. This is the John that drove me crazy. And you know people like this. And I still know people like this. This is the complete, this is not honest. This is full of lies. He's not being honest with me. He's not being honest with himself. And it's rash, and it is sent off in haste, and I wish he hadn't done this. But this is like a perfect example of how teenage friendships can get really messed up because people act like this. And I'm not saying I never acted like this. I'm sure I did. But, okay. Hello, Shawn. I really don't care if you quit the band. I was planning on doing that anyways after the 2 shows. Maybe we should just do that. I'm fine with it. I don't get to write any of the songs, any of the lyrics, or sing anything, so I really don't care if you quit. Also, he didn't get to sing because he was a bad singer. That's why. And about the whole immaturity thing, loosen up. It's a joke. Sorry if it offended you, but we didn't mean anything by it. It's just you're so obsessed with Kathy and always have to be with her. It's funny. It's not like we only make fun of you. We make fun of everyone. That doesn't make it okay, John. We make fun of Christian and he doesn't get bent out of shape. Christian had a real insecurity problem, so I'm going to go ahead and say that it did bend him out of shape. So do what you want, and I don't care, John. Isn't that an awesome example of the brashness of teens? It's, man, being in a band with him did get better. I haven't mentioned it yet, but we eventually, after this band played its course and we went our ways, mostly because Brian moved to the other side of the state and he was our integral member, so we had to disband. We formed another band, me and John. Actually, no, he formed a band with a kid that he met at a neighboring school district, and their singer was playing drums, and they decided that that was kind of silly, because it is kind of silly. And so they asked me to play drums, and I played drums for them for 3 years. 3 years? And that was a much more, I mean, it's hard to be a serious band when you're in high school. This lasted from my senior year until 2 years into my college career. And that was a band called Waiting Abroad. Hold on, let me see if I can find us on Google. Waiting Abroad. Nope. Go ahead and try yourself. We don't show up. We made a professional quality CD. It never got finished, but I have it, and my drums sound amazing. Actually, everything sounds amazing. It's always sounded really good to me. I will be sure to let you in on it when I catch up to that point in my history. But anyway, I thought I'd share that John and I did get better. This was not like the end of things. It was just a tenuous relationship, and then eventually, the reason I don't talk to him now is because he moved to freaking Tennessee, and I don't see him anymore. But I do work with his mom at the grocery store, which is kind of funny. Okay, January 7th. Well, I just got back from a weekend at Camp Nawakwa with Kathy. She still amazes me, I have to say every time for some reason. We were sitting on a couch for extended periods of time, and I was afraid she was like really bored, so I kept asking her if she wanted to do anything, and and in an email she told me she could have just sat there with nothing to do forever and been happy. Good girl. Good girlfriend. She actually fell asleep on me at like 11:30 last night. She said today I made her sleepy, lol. She said it's just because I'm so comfy. I actually have that problem with my wife. She falls asleep on me on the couch all the time. Well, our first show at the Mill was awesome. John's threat to quit the band ended again. Wait, that wasn't the first time he threatened to quit? If he does it again, I will ask Brian if he wants to get a new bassist. But right now, everything's fine. We played a 3-song set and got a lot of applause and cheering. It was awesome. One guy yelled, asking where he could get our CD. We didn't have one. All right, well, I already took a nap after getting home, but I'm still tired, so I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. Good night. And this is the last entry. This is the last one. And Mom and Dad, you can stop listening right now. January 9th. I cannot believe what I did with my evening. I went to Kathy's house, and we made out for like 25 minutes. I'm almost afraid to write this because of anyone being able to read it. I'll have to start hiding my journal, and instead I decided to just stop writing in my journal. Whoops. It was just amazing. I had to stop to breathe every so often because I'm all stuffed up, and she refused to stop. Pushy, pushy. She just kept kissing me on the cheeks. It was the most amazing feeling I've ever had. I can't believe how beautiful she is and how nice and caring she is and that she's mine. It just never ceases to amaze me. It's a wonderfully transferable feeling, the feeling of love, because I would say all of these things again about my wife, because she's the one who means all of that to me now. But of course, as a teenager, you can, I'm sure I really did feel this way. That is the way that I felt, for sure. So that definitely ends the journal, for sure. Thanks for watching. I will keep you updated on whatever the next iteration of this is going to be. I appreciate everyone who's watched and commented. This has been one of the most interesting series that I've done for myself yet. I've really enjoyed it. So thanks, and I'll see you.